Hello and welcome to the 2021 annual meeting of the Cincinnati, USA Convention and Visitors Bureau. These trying times have turned our typical in-person meeting to a video update. Our industry has sacrificed much this past year, but our commitment to collaboration, the power of we, has never diminished. With that in mind, let me officially call this meeting to order. Thank you for spending time with us as we reflect on the challenges of 2020, but more importantly, as we celebrate the resilience of our industry and cast a vision for recovery. First, some official business. As a CVB, we have fulfilled our contracts with the City of Cincinnati and Hamilton County. Our most recent audit was presented without comment or exception and accepted by your executive committee. Our CVB membership was mailed in February to vote on our recommended slate of new and returning board directors. That motion has passed. I'm pleased to announce several new board members joining the board for the first time. Our new at-large directors are Jeff Berding, president of FC Cincinnati, and our new board chair, Alicia Kintner of ArtsWave, and Akiva Freeman from Kroger. Our new designated directors are Adam Gelter of 3CDC, Bobby Spann from CVG, Joe Pinto of the Hyatt Regency Cincinnati, and Brendan Cull of the Cincinnati, USA Regional Chamber. And our four renewing members include Mike Conway of Weingartner and Hammonds, Eric Kearney from the African American Chamber of Commerce, Karen Forgas from the Cincinnati Reds, and Tim Zeiss from the Cincinnati Sports Corp. We also welcome Hamilton County Commission President Stephanie Sommerall-Dumas to the board as a standing director. Additionally, the Code of Regulations amendments regarding our board constitution were also passed through an email vote of members. Thank you for your participation in these important matters. With this annual meeting, my term as board chair has come to a close. No one could have predicted that a pandemic would disrupt the lives of so many. At the CVB, the dramatic halt of travel presented challenges like we had never known. The lack of hotel business reduced our operating revenues, and we had to make painstaking decisions to protect our cash position. Unfortunately, these included reevaluating staff size and implementing furloughs. These decisions were painful and unfortunately necessary to safeguard the CVB's budget for the upcoming recovery. We have laid groundwork that will help us move forward to restore business. There is no overnight fix, but we will get there. Your resilience through all of this has been inspiring, and though I'm leaving my role as board chair, I will continue to serve as immediate past chair and continue the fight with you. It's hard to believe it was just more than a year ago when we celebrated the purchase of the Millennium Hotel and the opportunities it creates for a new headquarter hotel and possible convention center expansion. Our resurgence the past few years was built on strong relationships with meeting planners from around the world, and there's still a strong desire amongst them to meet in our region. The CVB was a valuable resource for our hospitality community as the pandemic unfolded, and under our CEO, Julie Calvert's leadership, as well as her team, alignment with our hotel partners remains strong. Diversity continues to be a top priority for the CVB, and we continue to create a culture of inclusion as an active part of our mission. Lastly, the restructuring of our board of directors that started in 2018 has elevated our hospitality industry, amplified the strategic vision of the CVB, and created a board that is representative of our diverse base of stakeholders. 4 of those leaders have reached the end of their terms. Jim McGraw served the CVB for 7 years, including a term as board chair, and we are grateful for his leadership. Hamilton County Commissioner Denise Driehaus, Chamber President Jill Meyer, and CVG CEO Candace McGraw are also ending their terms, and we thank them for their service. Jim McGraw served the CVB for 7 years, including a term as board chair, and we are grateful for his leadership. Hamilton County Commissioner Denise Driehaus, Chamber President Jill Meyer, and CVG CEO Candace McGraw are also ending their terms, and we thank them for their service. It is now my honor to welcome our new board chair, Jeff Berding. Jeff has invaluable experience in government and business and has worked closely with the CVB for many years. Before Jeff shares his remarks, I want to thank everyone who has made my experience as a member of the CVB Board of Directors such a rewarding one. I want to thank the Hamilton County Commissioners and all of our friends in city, county, and state government, my fellow board members, and Julie Calvert and her incredible team at the CVB. And of course, all of our passionate hospitality industry professionals. It's truly been an honor. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your new CVB Board Chair, Jeff Berding.
Thank you, Mario. It's an honor to serve Cincinnati and this region as board chair. It comes when we're finally seeing some light at the end of the tunnel related to the pandemic, and I'm optimistic about the opportunities that lie ahead. During my 25-year career in professional sports, I've traveled a great deal across the U.S. and more recently throughout Europe representing FC Cincinnati. My wife works professionally in the travel industry. I've seen what destinations have done around the globe to be competitive, and I have deep respect for the professionals who make the hospitality industry thrive. Growing or dying, that's the mindset that's defined my career. Whether in government or civic or business roles, my agenda has long been to promote Cincinnati, to fuel economic growth, to improve the visitor experience, to expand our business and cultural footprint, and showcase all the things that make this region, my hometown, special. During my time on City Council, I enjoyed working with the CVB on attracting visitors and conventions to Cincinnati. It was always such a rewarding team effort to put our best foot forward, show off our city, and bring new dollars here. Coming from professional sports world, I know the power of teamwork, and collaboration will continue to be a priority in everything we do. With that in mind, let me acknowledge our new vice chair, Agnes Godwin Hall. I appreciate her leadership as we work together in this critical time. I want to thank all of our new and returning board members for your dedication and contributions. And of course, our CEO, Julie Calvert, and her team at the CVB. It will take all of us and all of you working together as we get back what we've lost. Simply put, there will not be a recovery for Cincinnati, for the region, for the nation, until tourism and hospitality recover. It has been and will continue to be the critical engine that drives our regional economy. We come to this moment at a crossroads with palpable uncertainty about the state of our industry and how long a return to normalcy will take. So which path will we pursue as a region? Will we take the path leading to growth, where we solve for a new convention headquarters hotel and convention center upgrades? Where we build consensus for expansion while moving the ball forward? Where Cincinnati, once and for all, has a first-class arena that can be an asset for growing our convention and tourism business? Or do we wring our hands, squabble, and make no progress? Do we take the path leading to decline with other cities passing us by, where Cincinnati is just a nice city whose best days are behind it? We will boldly take the first path, and my track record shows success at getting things done, taking what others felt impossible and leading others to make them happen together. Stadium campaign, a stronger mayor, 3 elections to Cincinnati City Council while a Bengals executive, then a new soccer franchise, setting records, and becoming Cincinnati's 3rd Major League franchise with a privately funded stadium in the West End that will open in May. I don't fear challenges. I live to embrace and conquer them. And our city and our region have always had that same attitude. To meet the moment, we need clear goals and objectives for our board and for me as chair for 2021 and beyond. Here's a few. We'll support Julie as leader of the CVB. Our job is not to run the organization. It's to provide strategic guidance and support and to help remove obstacles that impede our progress. We'll ensure the staff at the CVB has a strong culture that ambitiously works together to bring back tourism business. Our competition must be with other regions, not within. We'll build firm financial footing as we come out of COVID, looking at the tax base in a changing industry and diversifying and expanding our funding sources to ensure our long-term survival. We'll work with partners in the public and private sectors to develop and finalize plans for our convention headquarters hotel, then create a strategy for building consensus around a plan to upgrade our convention center with a clear goal to longer-term expansion. We'll develop a strategy to engage the region's larger business and civic community on how a new arena can support CVB growth. Yes, these goals are ambitious, but they're within our grasp. I look forward to working with all of you to achieve them. That's what we mean by recovery powered by we. Thank you for sharing your time today. To close out our program, I'd like to introduce the President and CEO of the Cincinnati USA CVB, Julie Calvert.
Thank you, Jeff, and welcome to our board. And Mario, on behalf of our board and staff, I want to thank you for your service as board chair and the contributions you've made to make our region better. Earlier today, I presented Mario with a small token of our appreciation. So again, thank you, Mario. Mario and Jeff did a great job describing the challenges of the past year and our goals for recovery in the years ahead. COVID has forced a hard reset of our entire industry, but all of us are focused on recovery, powered by we. That hard reset has prompted a comprehensive review and renewal of our growth strategies and ignited a commitment to restore our visitor economy to where it could be and should be, not just to where it was. Our collective recovery will require new resources, innovation, and a special kind of determination. We need you to make this happen, all of our civic, government, and hospitality partners. We need your expertise, your engagement, and your enthusiasm. Like Jeff, I believe in taking the bold path forward. For our team and for our CVB, I've laid out 3 key strategies of that path: reset, renew, and recover. A path to fully realize the economic benefit visitors can contribute to the region and how that benefit improves the quality of life for us as residents. Let's reset. Remember in 2019, visitors spent $5 billion in our region and supported 80,000 jobs and over $1 billion in tax revenue. Hotel occupancy and revenue were at their highest rates in a decade. And we finally broke through on the headquarters hotel problem that has plagued our region when the Millennium was sold to the Port Authority. Growth continued entering 2020, and we anticipated 215 meetings with nearly 200,000 convention attendees spending tens of millions of dollars right here in our community. By mid-March, the breaking pandemic had changed everything. Travel stopped, gatherings were ordered to cease, and hotel occupancy declined up to 80% or more. Shortly thereafter, the death of George Floyd sparked protests that prompted a call for understanding systemic racism and implicit bias, including in our own hospitality industry. It was time for a plan to renew. With travel halted and revenue slowed, we looked to protect a strong cash position and be more nimble into 2021. That meant stopping all discretionary spending and other investments. We also completed a full internal reorganization. I chaired Governor DeWine's Tourism Reopening Task Force, and the CVB worked with Hamilton County to secure bridge funding in the form of a loan that would lay the groundwork for a return to business. Hamilton County and our county commissioners continue to be one of our most important partners and strongest allies, dedicating $2 million in CARES Act funding for a Safe Restart marketing program that we're about to launch in partnership with the Cincinnati USA Regional Chamber and the Cincinnati Experience, formerly known as Source Cincinnati. That campaign, Get Your Cincy On, will help us restore confidence in the safety of regional travel and connect with our top prospect categories like youth sports that we believe will rebound fastest. For almost 15 years, the Regional Tourism Network had managed leisure campaigns funded by our CVB and Meet NKY. We had been working towards better integration between our organizations, but the funding challenges of the pandemic forced us to take a hard look at the way we were doing business. We reallocated the annual investment that we had made in the RTN into generating travel demand for recovery. And we created a strategic memorandum of understanding between our CVB and Meet NKY to deliver on our shared mission of boosting regional leisure tourism. That includes expanding to joint trade shows, FAMs, and missions with a unified regional front. It means continuing to aggressively pursue and attract diverse events and meetings. It means continuing the work that started pre-COVID to reimagine every aspect of how we go to market, from the name of our CVB to a new web presence, branding, advertising, and more. Now, we recover. Our 2021 strategy is designed to unlock travel inertia through a 5-part combination of sales, marketing, equity, development, and partnership initiatives. It is our goal to create a sense of belonging and to pursue meetings and events that reflect and represent the diversity of our own community. A 2019 Accenture survey of travel industry diversity and inclusion initiatives found that 74% of travelers care. They care about whether a travel experience offers products and services targeted to their diverse segment. It starts with equity, with an intentional planning and consistent effort to create equitable access to great experiences for all visitors to our region. We will further ramp up advocacy on behalf of the industry, keeping equity, inclusion, and diversity efforts at the forefront. We will rebuild our CVB staff and capability while continuing to streamline the organization toward better efficiency, implement best practices, and strengthen collaborative partnerships. We will continue to aggressively advocate for a decisive long-term plan for our headquarter hotel and convention center upgrade and expansion. We must give our destination every strategic advantage possible. The Millennium is just now in the process of being demolished. It is critical to remember that our convention booking and sales cycle is typically 3 to 5 years, so development and site plan with urgency and purpose must be the primary focus of our CVB and our board of directors. It is the biggest opportunity for conventions in Cincinnati in a generation and will impact results and regional success for a generation to come. Reset, renew, recover. There is optimism around pent-up demand for travel and conventions. In late February, the U.S. Travel Association research showed that more than half of Americans had started to plan or had booked a future vacation. The majority, 79%, of Global Business Travel Association members say they would be comfortable traveling for business after receiving the COVID-19 vaccination. 1/4 of companies plan to resume domestic business travel in the next 3 months, up from 16% in January. As the demand turns into activity, our industry and convention centers know how to keep visitors safe and reopen responsibly. We're here in the brand new broadcast studio at the Duke Energy Convention Center. Designed by our partners, Prestige AV and Creative Services, this new studio will allow us to host meetings for simulcast and offer hybrid events for attendees who can't travel. This is just one example out of hundreds that show how our industry has pivoted to help recovery and accelerate through safety and innovation. We were encouraged to see the governor lift the 300-person restriction on gatherings earlier this month, and we will continue to strictly comply with all health orders to bring events back to the calendar just as soon as possible. The CVB will answer this challenge together, the power of we. I want to thank our board for your leadership and dedication to our organization and industry. To our staff at the CVB, I know the sacrifices you've made. You've been through a lot, and I'm eternally grateful for all you've done to help bring about recovery. Thank you. And finally, my deepest thanks to all of our government leaders, the Port Authority, the Duke Energy Convention Center, Meet NKY, Sharonville Convention Center, and our regional hospitality venues and attractions. Thank you for all of your support and your partnership. And here's to seeing you in person soon and to brighter days ahead.